Yeah, I didn't realize that you was that deep into this whole 50 Cent Meech thing, bro.
All right, so what happened is, bro, so anything in Detroit on a large scale, my name gonna come up somewhere in the shit. And I didn't ask to be in it, you know what I'm saying? But when it came down to the interviews with the Blue Da Vinci's and the Cuffys of the world, it came across my desk because I know people who they rock with. So
Okay. So when you say you kind of you didn't choose to be in it, what you mean?
no, I didn't ask for an interview. I didn't seek out interviews with anybody involved in this situation. I'm in close proximity to people who are in close proximity to Cuffy and close proximity to Blue Da Vinci. So, you know, it's man. If you're in Detroit, bro, DawgFace TV gonna get mentioned. It's as simple as that.
You got a call from a lawyer saying that you had a class action lawsuit going on.
I got a phone call. I'm gonna send you all that shit, bro. Motherfucker called me a couple of days ago, and he informed me that I had a civil lawsuit pending, and I asked him who. You know what I'm saying? He was like from Lil Meech, Al Nuke, who was Zaytoven's manager, and Street Lord Juan.
On what grounds, bro? What? Okay.
The grounds was defamation. That was the grounds, right? So I'm questioning, right? He told me who. I asked him who. He told me who it was, right?
Class action lawsuit being issued against who?
Against you for defamation and other damages that you caused.
So who was trying to sue me?
Street Lord Juan, Al Nuke, someone named Lil Meech.
So Street Lord Juan, Al Nuke, and who else?
And then Lil Meech.
And Lil Meech.
Yeah.
That's funny. Send it to me so I can take a look at it, brother.
Yeah, definitely. I'll go ahead and forward that over to you, and then just call me back after you review it.
Verbally, he said Lil Meech, Al Nuke, and Street Lord Juan. When I got the paper said Big Meech, Lil Meech, Street Lord Juan, and Al Nuke. I looked at the shit, I laughed at the shit, but that's what he said. You feel me? Right. So, so it didn't throw me for a loop because there wasn't real government names on there. You feel me?
Right.
First Amendment, a bad motherfucker, man. The First Amendment protects the freedom of speech. It protects your right to say things, even things that other people might find controversial, even things that you might find inappropriate. But there are restrictions, right? You can't just say anything. But there's a difference between defamatory speech and derogatory speech. Defamatory speech is when you say something about somebody or something that you know is patently, inherently not true. Derogatory is you a bitch, hoe, leatherback, fatback, pickle pig's feet, hog maws and shitting, fuck boy, bitch ass. That's not, it's raw, but that's not defamatory. That's derogatory. It's not a nice thing to say. But it's protected under the First Amendment. You calling me a bitch, I can't sue you because you call me no bitch. It's derogatory, it's rude as hell. But it's not defamatory. I'm not defaming you. I'm not disparaging your name. If that was the case, Charleston White, look at all this shit he can say about a motherfucker, man. You can't sue that because he's not saying you did something that he can't prove.
You said Lil Meech and Big Meech name was on there. What? You did them something?
I don't know, bro. I've been commenting on the whole Cuffy versus Big Meech versus 50 Cent versus Tammy situation, bro. So I don't know. I don't know what I get the paperwork. So I didn't know if it was real or not. I posted it so the whole world could see what ass shit these niggas on. And then I sent the shit to my lawyer. So I sent the shit to my lawyer first. You know what I'm saying? And before I get a response back, you know what I'm saying? He like, don't, whatever it is, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I posted his response, saying some garbage. So I don't know what nigga, you know, niggas don't like to be talked about, bro.
Right. So let me ask you this.
Like
you mentioned the name Cuffy, right? And we now being orientated about him through you, right? If you had to explain to the world, for those who don't know, who is Cuffy?
Man, Cuffy, legendary cat out of St. Louis, man. Cuffy is accredited with helping, you know, establish BMF. It's what the whole world knew it to be. If it wasn't for St. Louis, if it wasn't for the BMF was born out of Detroit in terms of the original players, man. But it expanded to be what the world became aware of once they left Detroit. The niggas wasn't like that when they was in Detroit. They got like that once they left Detroit, and they hooked up with the LA. They hooked up with the St. Louis. Hooked up with the Memphis. They hooked up with the Atlanta. And that's when BMF became as big and expansive as it was. You know what I'm saying? But St. Louis is just as important to the rise of BMF, to what we all know it to be. It was just as important as Detroit was, bro. Because Cuffy is the one who put the first $1 million in Meech's hand. He's the one who gave him the game. He's the one who helped cultivate Meech's game and showed him how to really take this shit on a national level.
Is it true that you actually showed him the value or how to properly move or maneuver in the game, and that you put his first $1 million cash in his hand? Is that true?
That's very true. Like I said, the didn't have nothing. You know, so like I said, I put his game on 10. I'm the first to put $1 million in the hand, and the cried. And the exact words were to me was, been holding them back in the D.
So Cuffy is the one who embraced Meech, right? Put the first $1 million in his hand and showed him how to really go get that bread. That's who Cuffy is.
So where the bullshit come in between Cuffy and Meech?
Here's how it all started, bro. So Meech in prison, right?
Right.
So he meets Tammy Collins. Now we all know there's no dispute, there's no debate whatsoever that Tammy Collins is a DEA informant, a paid informant. She didn't start off as a paid informant. She started off as an informant as a grudge when she knocked down Terry White down in Atlanta. Yeah.
Right.
Then she became a pen pal with Big Meech. So some of the biggest misinformation that's being disseminated around right now is that Tammy Collins met Big Meech through Blue Da Vinci. No, Blue Da Vinci had been stopped fucking with her. Tammy Collins became acquainted with Big Meech because she became a pen pal. She started writing Big Meech and other high-profile members. Even as the Blue stopped fucking with her, she started trying to establish a relationship by writing motherfuckers. So she wrote Big Meech and became a pen pal with Big Meech, and that's how she formed a relationship with Big Meech, through a pen pal, not through a direct introduction by Blue Da Vinci. That's cap. That ain't what happened. Even she said that ain't what happened. According to them, she was upset because she unknowingly was laundering drug proceeds, laundering drug money for Terry White. When she found out about it, she was mad. Something went wrong, and then so she wasn't charged with nothing. She wasn't charged with any criminal activity. She just became a federal informant because she was angry. That's the worst kind of rat in the world. Nigga ain't get into you. You just telling just to be telling. So what happened with the Cuffy and Big Meech situation is that Meech was trying to secure a movie deal based on his whole life, the BMF, all that whole thing. So when Meech was going to prison, Cuffy was coming out of prison. So because they had a trusted brotherhood to go back over 30 years, and just to make it known, motherfuckers in Detroit know who Cuffy is, bro. Cuffy wasn't just no lame ass, bro. He didn't work for either one of them. He didn't work for T, and he didn't work for Meech. They was like family. It was a brotherhood. It was an association when it came to him and Meech's relationship. So what happened is, once Tammy, she secured representation of Meech, and she secured his life rights, because when you're the Fed joint, you can't do business like that. So she was basically acting as his liaison, his ambassador, helping to push and promote his brand in an attempt to try to secure a movie deal of some sorts. So what happened is that in the time all this was transpiring, she became a federal informant and knocked down Terry White. And then she continued to work with the federal government. And so what happened is she represented all of Big Meech's interests at that particular point in time, up until like a week ago, where I guess they ran afoul of each other and the relationship went sour.
Bro, does Cuffy have life?
No, he ain't got life. But when you get 20 years, 30 years, and you already 40, 50 years old, it look like life, it sound like life, it smell like life. You feel me? Right. You know what I'm saying? And then the whole thing is, the reason why he's in prison is because of this. Big Meech trying to free himself from prison, working in conjunction with Tammy Collins. Big Meech used Tammy Collins as his proxy to set up drug deals in exchange for a time cut for Meech. So it's a lot of confusion about this. Let me unconfuse you, motherfuckers. During Cuffy's Frank's hearing, So he was challenging the wiretap, right? Trying to get the evidence of the wiretap thrown out. It was discovered that there was an affidavit signed and sworn to, right here to the Bible to, by Tammy Collins, where in which Tammy Collins said in the affidavit that they used to secure the wiretap. They presented this evidence to a judge, and the judge then granted them the right to wiretap and do electronic surveillance and do garbage sweeps and shit of all Cuffy known addresses and places of where he hung out. Tammy Collins swore in the affidavit that she had got all this information from Big Meech. When Cuffy then found out about it, that's when Tammy Collins started telling the feds, I feel unsecure. I don't feel safe because they now know that it's me who set all this up. When she went to talk to Meech, Meech told her, don't have my name in that shit. Get my name out that shit. Because now he in paperwork now. He's in the paperwork. She swore it. She swore to it. She raised her right hand to God that Meech is the one set it up. So when Meech gave her instructions, bitch, get my name out that shit. Then she went and she filed, and she didn't file it, but she went and she did another affidavit, made another statement, but she never filed it, bro. She contacted his first attorney and said, the shit I said in that first affidavit about Meech setting this up and Meech orchestrating that and a couple more things, that was not true. But she never filed it in the court of fucking law. If she wouldn't have filed it in the court of law, then Cuffy's lawyers would have had immediate grounds to request an emergency hearing to have all the evidence secured or procured through that wiretap dismissed against him. So the case would have been dropped right then and there because they would have had an opposing affidavit to present to the judge. Right here she said this, then she recanted it right here. She recanted it because she wanted to maintain her relationship with Big Meech, and she wanted to clear his name because she didn't want to come out, and he didn't want to come out that he was the one who orchestrated this whole red ass play.
You and Meech ever had any conversation? They ever try to reach out to you?
He ain't talking no motherfucking rats. Okay.
The situation with him and 50 right now, what's that all about?
50 on his ass. That's the situation with him, right? So for all of this talking about, oh man, 50, well, if that's the case, 50, you would harbor this information, you knew he was a rat. I agreed to executive produce the show and get some money out of this shit. He ain't my friend. If you met John Gotti, or if you met Sammy the Bull, and you were an executive producer, you were in the entertainment business, you wouldn't want to secure the rights to Sammy the Bull story, to do a movie on him and make money off of it? If you in the movie business, we ain't on the street selling dope, killing, robbing, and gang banging. I'm in the film business. I'm in the entertainment business. Me and you ain't friends.
And understanding they both had they runs, right? One in the music game, one in the street game. You know, both had very very strong runs. If you had to say today, right now, who would you say is the most powerful?
Bro, listen, 50 Cent is in the entertainment business, bro. Right? The entertainment business is not the streets, bro. He went around with them Jews and the white people, right? He went around with these major corporations who got billions of dollars at their disposal. Think about what Big Meech was. He wasn't never the smartest tool in the shed. He was never the smartest. Southwest T was the smartest tool in the shed. Real talk, no joke. He was the real businessman. But Meech wanted to be flossy. He wanted to be fly. He wanted to tell the whole world, the world is mine. He went to Atlanta and turned a drug crew into an entertainment company and was running around this bitch with no cover, no shield, no nothing. The whole world knew what was going on. So when you ask me who more powerful, the motherfucker more powerful was the one with the bigger voice. The one with the bigger voice. That's who got the power. And just because 50 Cent decided to do the BMF story from Big Meech's perspective, that don't mean that he bold for doing that. I would have did it. If I would have had the money and the contacts and connections, I would have got that story. I could have knew for a fact he was a rat. I still would have did that story because I'm in the world of entertainment, bro. There's all kinds of stories about who became snitches. There's story about Jimmy the Bull. There's movies about Whitey Bulger. Whitey Bulger a rat, right?
Right.
There's stories about Nicky Barnes.
Right.
If you're in the world of entertainment, you don't give a fuck about that rat shit. The world don't really give a fuck about rat shit. In every hood, from New Orleans to Baton Rouge to Houston to Miami to Detroit to Cleveland to to Milwaukee to Atlanta, it's in the hood. Y'all know who told on them. They still run around motherfucking way. And saying, fuck you, nigga, I did it, now what?
So what happens, bro? What does that shit go with 50 and Meech? I heard Meech is suing 50 or are you?
Yeah, because it's gonna be damaging the stars. Yeah. Yeah, they going after him.
So what's the sue about?
Defamation. It ain't about money. He's saying the dog ain't giving the money. Listen to the story, bro. So when it came out that 50 Cent, they said, well, 50 Cent, you wrong. You mad because he's dealing with Rick Ross. Hey, listen, bro. Rick Ross didn't make your son no millionaire. Rick Ross didn't put millions of dollars in your family's hand. Now, what your family did with it is what they did with it. If everybody didn't get their fair share or didn't get an equal cut, that's on you. But 50 Cent turned your son into a millionaire. Sent your son to acting school. He did more for your son than anybody did in your absence. He turned your son up. So what happens was, when Lil Meech sent that text message to 50 Cent, did you see it?
Nah, what was the text about?
The text message, he read it to you. He say, Fifth, this is Lil Meech. They just told me you unfollowed me off of Instagram. And now you managing Skilla Baby with Rocket. When I brought him around you first, you didn't even have a clue who he was. Now you mad at me when I would take my shirt off my back for you. I can't believe this, man. You act as if I'm your enemy. I've only showed you love and loyalty. I'm human. I go through shit, but I never switched up on you. Oh, Ross. But he gave my dad some bread so he can afford to pay his bills until our next season of BMF starts. This internet shit is throwing me off, man. So Lil Meech, instead of going the line, instead of going to his daddy, ask his daddy, how we playing this shit? Rallying together with the niggas who on his daddy's side, he taking it upon himself and contact 50 Cent when he know what time 50 on. Once you cross 50, it's up. He don't give a fuck about you. Everybody know that. Tell me I'm lying. So the whole thing is, there's a bunch of flawed shit going on around here. And for the record, this ain't no Detroit shit. This is Detroit and acting like, oh, this BMF was worldwide. Most of them running with Southwest T and that 263. Them is Detroit.
Say, bro, here's what I want to understand too, right? When I asked about who had the most power.
Money equals power.
So does Meech have money? Does Meech have money right now? I'm sure you don't have the same money that he had then.
Of course, yeah. You just said it. Got it, but he ain't got the same. That's the key. Not the same.
Hey, and I always gotta ask, bro, like your end game with this whole thing, right? Especially with the lawsuit and all that. Well, you know, cause I know you said it's not gonna stand up, but just knowing that they're not gonna lay down for shit, and they may come after you. You know what do you see this going, bro?
It ain't going. It can go however they want it to go. Nigga, I ain't running. I ain't had. And I ain't academics. I want to do what they want to do. How the fuck you gonna get mad at me because I'm reporting on some shit? The same shit everybody else reporting on, but no.
Saying we know from the last time we sat down, you had the issues with Z Tubin's manager.
Al Nuke.
Al Nuke, okay.
Call the police on me. This thing made a video saying, if something happens to me, DawgFace did it. So what he was doing is setting it up so if something does happen to him, the police go automatically come to me. Because he's saying I threatened him. So that's the game he's playing with me, especially up here in Detroit. So what these niggas do, they call the police because they know how I'm coming. My reputation speaks for itself. They didn't call the police so much on me up here in Detroit. Police don't even take the phone calls no more, man.
Wow.
They call the police, tell the police, yeah, I just seen DawgFace. He was in a black Hellcat. He flashed the gun at me out the window. Oh, I just seen DawgFace. He was in the F-150. He pulled up on side of me and pulled a gun down and said, I'm going to leave you, right?
Which was fabricated?
I had to switch my car.
Yes.
I ain't even seen these niggas, bro. I don't even be here like that, bro. When I'm here, I'm here. When I ain't here. And the cars that they know or thought I had, they wasn't even in this state, bro. And I pulled up at the gas station right next to my building on the east side of Detroit. I pulled up in there. I frequent the gas station. Like, you know how the police be in the hood, and they go and behind the counter with the motherfuckers who own the gas station and shit like that, right? When I walk up in that bitch, police like, oh, DawgFace, what up? I'm like, oh, what up? You know, I'm getting my little juice and shit. I'm my business, right? They say, oh, yeah, they want you bad. You making it mad, DawgFace. I'm like, what? What you talking about? Like, man, they didn't call the police station on you so much. The shift sergeant told them, if you're not going to come down here and sign the formal complaint, stop calling. And tell them, that's why I had to fix my cars up, bro. That's why I had to switch my cars up. Because niggas know what kind of car I got, right? And they watch my Instagram, right? They watch my Instagram for fake pages. So if I say I'm in Detroit, these niggas know what kind of cars I got. So these niggas call the police. They trying to knock me off, bro. They know I'm an aggressive nigga. So they trying to use the police to knock me off. They want me to crash out.